All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? 7:26 in Chicago. Uh, cool, cool to say at the least here. All right, Chi-Town, we are getting ready for winter now. All right, last day of the month here. We got Halloween. Uh, get the kids out there, get some candy. It's a wonderful holiday. One of my favorites for sure. All right. What do we got going on this morning? All right. So we got Amazon turns everything around. Okay. So when we look at yesterday and we saw how the end of the day was, it was just like disparaging downward movement on the 60s, shooter down on the week, down on the day. And here we coming right back up. All right. And 686. 686. Can you believe it? We're coming back and taking up this whole day with this Amazon move. Okay. So on that move, we'll stick there at the same thing here on your dailies. Okay. Try to get back up to those highs. 633.44. We're through there. All right. But we know, as usual, our diamonds are going to be a laggard, and that's where they are. All right, and they had a pretty tough shooter down on the day. I got to say, that thing took a beating from a nice move to the start of the day, too. Got all the way back up to 480, made an all-time high up there, and then they just puked it all back out. All right, so we'll see if they can climb the mountain again. They will. The question is, how long will it take them to do it? How many you know crevices are we going to fall in before we get there? How many times are we going to triangle out? All right, so you guys kind of know the story. So what's lifting us here this morning? We're going to look at those things, right? So Amazon, 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 Amazon. All right, was higher slightly. All right, all the way back up to $253.36. Now it closed at 222. Amazon was struggling, couldn't get it moving, laying off 14,000 workers going into the holidays, and then they pull this one, that rabbit out of the hat. So there you go. All right, so there is your Amazon with the day down. Look at the 2-2 down. Boy, if that is ever a setup, all these people that sold into here, All right, so you're going to see probably a potential move higher here today. It's just depending on how many people want to get out on its move down here. All right, so what a setup, right? The 2-2 down, heavy day with really good volume, and now the earnings come back and take out the whole thing on the 2 day. It's really, really unbelievable. All right. So there is your Amazon. Who's getting a lift here with it? And I kind of like it is Microsoft. All right. Microsoft has been, as you see, just looking at the weeklies here, chop, 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 chop. Look at the monthlies, chop, 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 chop. And there's your 2-1 on your quarter. All right. So maybe this is the move that gets Microsoft back to something here. So 530 right now. So closed at 525.76. So it's better this morning. That's for damn sure. All right, we're taking out this day. And where are we at here right now? 529. All right, we're still going to be inside yesterday, okay? Look for Microsoft to take this up. We'll see if Microsoft can keep it going. Every time it gets going, it just kind of falls apart, all right? And then I got the same thing with Oracle. Like, Oracle's been dead, all right? Dead, 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 Oracle dead. All right, tried to get going here, failed again. Got up here, tried to rally, failed again. Well, a little bit better here now. $262 We're inside day, guys. All right, so 269.64 to get out of there. I stay. You still got a lot of troubles in here. All right, with this Oracle. And there's no earnings are coming to save them, all right, because that's already that's already passed, all right. So Oracle, we'll see. I think I don't know what it's going to take to get out of this. We have triangled out. We triangled out. Now the question is, can we really start to move back up? Okay, and there's going to be some triangling out. All right, so if you're going to want to get involved in Oracle, you got to either probably just get in there and grip it and hold on, or you're just probably going to just get triangled out if you're going to try to trade it a little bit. So I'd be still a little nervous about this one, okay? So Oracle, a little better here this morning, just with the sympathy from the other guy, and we knew who that was. That was Amazon. All right, and Reddit. How about Reddit, man? Reddit put up some good numbers as well. Reddit on the move here this morning, 218 from 194.42. Reddit. The first thing I heard about Reddit is that everybody goes on their site. I got to say, I've never been on their site, so I am going to go check it out, though. All right, so Reddit. 218 better this morning, folks, and that is going to take everything out, right? Are we taking it all? No. We're taking this day and that day, though. 213, we still getting through there. All right, so our next stop would be 222.32. If you want to get it, that's going to be a nice gapper upper on your Reddit. Reddit on the move here this morning, okay? Reddit. And then Apple. So you got this is the whole reversal right here. It's the Amazon, Microsoft, Reddit, Apple. That's it. All right, that's the four. All right, Avgo's a little bit better on the AI world. All right, so Apple 300 soon. All right, and still doesn't have, still doesn't know how they're going to do their AI on their phones. So still working out on that, but Apple's going to figure out. Apple doesn't work quickly. All right, it moves a little slower. All right, so Apple, but boy, what a turnaround! It got back up there, and it just strong. All right, so the Apple, that's definitely another one that's pushing our Qs back up today, and our Nasdaq back up today. And there's your Tesla. Tesla's moving up as well, and Tesla was lower on the overnight, man, down to 444, but it was even lower than that. All right, it's got down to 440 and change, but Tesla's come roaring back on the overnights here, as you see with the 2122 back up, like the 2122 back up. Text strat there, okay. Again, everybody got trapped coming in yesterday. There was some good selling pressure, and there was some decent volume on that one too. So you might get this big push in the morning, but we'll wait to see if they can really, where are we going into here into November? We're going in on an uptick, it looks like, for sure, and a big reversal on the futures on a turnaround just from a couple of companies reporting earnings. All right, so Tesla, that's what I'm putting it on here. It's Microsoft, Amazon, Reddit, Tesla, Apple. Now, when we go to our diamonds, because that's what I like. So the first thing I want to do is I want to pull up the Dow Jones Industrial Average (DJI). We're trying to get this bad boy up to 50,000, and we are struggling. All right, struggling at best. All right, so look at that. We were up to 48,000 not too long ago. This is I know you can't really see that, so I'm gonna go back over here. All right, I mean, here we go. It's the move up on the 30s. All right, and then that puking all the way back down again from yesterday. All right, so the Dow is going to inchworm. It's not going to. It's not sexy like the Qs who can drop $10 and come back 12 the next day. Diamonds don't do that. All right, they just don't get that kind of movement like that. All right, but down heavy here. We're going to be inside day. There is no hurry on this on any of these things right now. All right, what groups do I like? I kind of like XLP a little bit, what do we got here? Got down to 76.12. Again, everything in the garbage can. Remember that. All right, so 2-2 down. That thing's going to be trading at, where's it trading? 76.12 right now. I think it was better than that, though. 76.73 it got up to. All right, 76.73. That still doesn't get the day going here. But if you noticed yesterday, a couple of them had a nice couple of days cooking there. How about Coca-Cola with the cooking day? All right, I kind of like that. That thing got pretty punished down too. REYN. These are all cooking now yesterday on day. Reynolds took the 2 up. So that one was a little bit better, but then it all came back in. What else here? Colgate. Colgate's cooking a day. There you go with the inside day over here. You see that? All right, 2-1 inside there. We got a whole bunch of them. All right. Maybe I think Mondelez was a little bit weaker. They had earnings, so yeah, Mondelez has got the shooter back down on the insider on the day. So we'll see if anything turns around there. I'm not making any big bets on the staples right now. All right, banks, are they going to turn it around? They fell apart at the end of the day yesterday. Citibank was moving pretty good yesterday, and then this you stalled out. Right, so the chop began, right, and then the 3 triggered 2 down. So 2-2 back down, but it was fighting back at the end of the day again. Where are you at this morning here? 99.67. All right, so we're right in here inside the day. We're going to be right inside the middle of the day here on Citigroup. They're all going to be right there, guys. All right, so Wells Fargo. There you are at 85.46. There you are right there inside that day. All right, Goldman Sachs. All right, Goldman Sachs had the better day. It was green. 790. Where are we at? 788. Okay, so we're stuck inside pretty handily. Now, granted, JP Morgan was stuck inside pretty good yesterday too, but it was able to get out. Came back in, but it was able to get out. All right, so this was JP Morgan yesterday. All right, and now we're going to be 307 and change. All right, so we'll see. Banks could lay low today. I watched the KREs and I watched the regional banks. I don't know. They're inside day, guys, so there's no hurry after anything. I think you got a better shot with messing around with some of these healthcare stocks. GEHC, GE Healthcare, this one crapped out yesterday with the 1 coming down. It's trying to fight back a little bit here right now. It got on the higher on the overnights, got a little bit higher, got all the way to 75.40. This one's going to be inside day. I don't go crazy for that one. Lilly, Lilly just had the huge day yesterday, and she's looking which trade that right now got up to 844.44. All right, so we're going to be inside here on Lilly. And then I really want to look at Marna, man. Marna made a nice move yesterday on the Marna. How about Marna, M-R-N-A, Marna? Marna had a huge freaking day. I'm sorry, huge day. All right, 29.22. Got up to that high up yesterday, 29.22. We're trading at 28.05 this morning. All right, so we're going to be right inside here. This thing looks pretty good. 2-2 back down. I know this is a huge day, but this thing's going to be inside, and we'll see if Marna can keep that thing going, all right? Netflix announced a 10-for-1 stock split. Stock's a little bit lower this morning, but Netflix is going to get a 10-for-1 stock split. So you know that's coming. All right, that's coming. Boeing has been falling apart. $200 now. What did I say? 188. I think I said 188 the other day. I'm sticking with my 188 right now. I think Boeing's going lower, man. They just can't. They don't have workers, and they're taking all these orders, and then all of a sudden, it's like if you're in a coffee shop and and you took 10 orders and you got one person to make all the coffee. Make sure they got the money. They all got everybody paid, but you're gonna have to wait to get it for a while. All right, so Netflix and Boeing for sure. All right, Boeing's got some troubles right now. All right, Guardian Health had a real good day yesterday too. Here's another one. Nice upper day, gapper up and held up pretty good, and it's trading at $93 right now. All right, $93 inside. Guardian Health, good day yesterday. All right, XLV can't seem to get it going here. Shooter down yesterday with the inside day. That could just as easily turn around and go back up. United Healthcare is trying to get back up a little bit, and United Healthcare has just been garbage. All right, United Healthcare, shooter down. Look at this. This is 3 straight downers on the day. You're going to get a reversal out of here. You're probably going to get another move down to the downside and then look for the hammer back up, and then maybe they get going here. It's been under a lot of selling pressure. All right, and 342.21, 342.21. That would break day. Okay, but it looks like they're coming back in a little bit. But we're going to be right there. We're going to be right near yesterday's close. We're looking for that 222 down. All right, where do I see some value in the markets? Okay, Chipotle. Did I call it Chipotle? Chipotle fell apart yesterday with gap down. All right, so typically we wait the 3 days, right? And that's what we're going to do anyway. All right, but 34.12 it got up to. I think anywhere in this 32 handle, I think is good. All right, I think if you can get Chipotle in the 32, which is trading at 32.70 right now this morning, I don't see it breaking 31.01 again. I think the stock is just better than that. So Chipotle in anywhere below 32 or 70 below, I kind of like it a little bit. Keep an eye on Chipotle. I think that's something that there's some value there. All right, that thing's gonna come back up. All right, I mean I got one by me. All right, it never stops. All right, DocU, DOCU. DocU had a nice day up, and it's puking it out again this morning here. We did get lowered down to 71.51. We're going to be handily inside on the DocU here. All right, trying to come back a little bit on DocuSign. All right, so that one's a little bit nastier than that. Looking across the board here, I'm giving you like all the good stuff that I got. We talked about Chevron. Chevron beat earnings today. All right, so maybe it can trigger. I can see that there's pressure coming against it as it's moving here. And it was a down day like everybody else yesterday. But 155 and change here. All right, and it looks like it wants to take day up coming off of a red day. All right, that's a reversal. So keep an eye on energy. XLE. All right, here's another one. 87.39 right now. 87.39. It's getting closer. It's inside here, pretty good though right now. All right, so Chevron, better earnings. Maybe something happens there. My Macy's is just strong as hell, and I suspect she will get back up. All right, so got the 2 month up. You got the 2 week up, okay? These are what things are we looking for. We're looking for the stocks that are 2 up month and quarter moving up with you. You got full time frame continuity on your big time frames. And then, this is where you're going to get in trouble, guys, if you're trading in here and you're trying to trade on the dailies and trying to pick up some moves here and there. Now, if you're a ninja and you're real good and you can find those this 222 down and then get that reversal back up, then that's really good. But if you're more inclined to want to get into a position and try to get a stock to move. And again, I don't know what your patterns of trading are, so I'm just laying all these different ones out. The strat will help you with everything that you're doing, but the one thing about the strat is it's where you get in is really important. That's the one thing that Rob kind of left out a little bit. He never really helped us too much with where do we get into position? Do we buy positions while they're in the red? Do we buy them here? And that's what we do here. We try to find the best spots for people to get into positions and see if they can continue to grow from there. MTSR here is up yesterday. This MTSR had a big day. This is a healthcare stock. All right, so healthcare's wild card, man. And again, if you're going to be in these wild cards, make sure you're in the right ones. All right, looking at that Avgo, it's a little bit better here. It's only up $2. Microsoft continues to climb here. All right, Amazon seems like it's topped up around here, around 255. Could be some exhaustion risk. I think Marna can get back up and keep going. I do. All right, my Jenny fell apart. Jenny, so back down to 1120, guys. I will give you some support numbers on that. I mean, I'm down here right now. Right now, if I was going to say, I would say 1079. If it's coming down lower, $10.79. This thing has got a great year going on here. Now, the 2 month has reversed. I want this to reverse this before the end of the year. Okay? I want this thing down here. I want that to go back up before the end of the year. That's what I want, but I don't. Sometimes you get what you need. All right. So Jenny, DraftKings fell apart. This is all tied into this Chauncey. I'd say it's all tied into this Las Vegas business. There you go. Look at DraftKings, just fell apart. All right, and then Penn National Gaming, another one, and Penn's doing better. I gotta say. All right, Penn is doing a little bit better. DraftKings a little more tied into that. MGM, look at it, it's been puking. Now, yesterday, it tried to get going here on a day. Where's that thing trading at right now? It's all over the board here, hard to tell. $31 if I was going to pick a number. So 31, you're going to be inside on MGM. I think Las Vegas Sands and Wynn are going to be the better ones here. And there you go. Look at Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands looks to go right back up to the highs again. That thing's holding up pretty well. All right. And then Winnie the Pooh. Wynn's a little bit. Wynn came down. So see if Wynn can turn around and get this going up right back here. All right. So I'm going to leave it at there. All right. We know what move we knew what we turned the market around here. It was Amazon, Microsoft, Tesla, Reddit. Okay. Those stocks are what's moving us. On the healthcare, look for Lilly to pick you up. Okay. Marna, look for more. I think Marna can get more. I like Sirius Satellite, closed at 23.19. It's a little bit lower this morning. I think that stock can get back up. Netflix, I would probably cool the jets on Netflix right now. And then Meta, it's coming down. All right, Meta's continuing to come down. This was the gap down. Wait the 3 days. This was yesterday. All right, so Meta fell apart yesterday with the gap down. Even Kramer was talking about it, and Kramer was even saying you got to take some time with this thing. All right, so I wouldn't be getting back into ETA. And one of my other favorites that has been holding on pretty good for me is Merck. All right, Merck. Merck was up yesterday, positive, while the markets was while Rome was burning. Okay, so coming back, where's she at right now? 85 and change. All right, so I think she's better. I think Macy's better. I think Ford is good too. I think all these cars are a little bit better here. I think Rivian for some all of a sudden fell apart yesterday. Rivian really kind of cranked yesterday to the downside on the EVs. All right, so boom, look at that move to the downside yesterday. Rivian took a beating. All right, I do like Ford. I do like General Motors. I think those stocks are good. They moved up. I think they're consolidating right now. It's just because of the move that they made. So you got to let them. You got to let them situate themselves. They'll find the price, and I think Ford will go higher, and I think General Motors will go higher too. I think those two stocks are doing well. I have talking for way too long, 25 minutes. I gotta go. All right, I will pick you up somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30, depending on what's cooking. If things are moving around, then I gotta find a spot where I can get in there. All right, the 10 years are going to stay above 4. They're not going to go below 4 anymore. I think they're going to stay above 4. All right, so know that. You ain't getting the yields any going lower, and the dollar keeps going a little bit higher. All right, so watch the 10 years. I do not see them going back down below 4, guys. I think we're going to stay above there on your 10 years. All right. On that note, I'm going to leave you be. Be good. Happy Halloween. Get the kiddies out. Have a good day. All right. All right. Be good. Be good.